It's time for playoff soccer on the Rev Game of the Week. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Jolie Hartman will be joining me soon here at Prairieville High School at Hurricane Stadium tonight. Regional round boys soccer playoffs. The 10-seed Rummel Raiders will be playing the 7-seed Prairieville Hurricanes. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the teams and their starting lineups. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future, connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time. Powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Ayala's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Ayala's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. 10 versus 7 in the regional round of boys Division II high school soccer playoffs. Rummel versus Prairieville. I'm Jeff Porsche. Jolie Hartman is here with me. We are at Hurricane Stadium for this matchup, and as we said, this is the regional round, so both teams won their first round game. Prairieville defeated Comeaux Friday night by a score of 5-1. The goals came from Caleb Ickles, Luis Moran, and Alejandro Fuentes. On the Rummel side, they defeated Caddo Magnet from Shreveport by a score of 4-0. And Robert Vargas had 2 goals, Jeffrey Ayala with a goal, and Joseph Delcid with a goal for Rummel. Now, as far as the coaches for both of these teams, on the Rummel side, you have Coach Julio Paiz, who we're going to call Coach Julio for the rest of the night. He is a longtime Rummel coach. He coached back in the 2000s, and you can see right there, he coached from 2008 to 2011 and now he's come back to Rummel, and he's had a very successful program. And right now I'm going to turn it over to Jolie, and she will talk about the Prairieville head coach.
Yeah, so on the other side of this pitch tonight, it is Coach Adrian Garcia. Beautiful resume for Coach Garcia because he spent his first high school coaching career at Santa High for 17 years. His first year here at Prairieville High has brought this program to a 15-3-3 inaugural season. But as his head coaching record overall, he is 317, 80, and 25. That is just a stellar head coaching record.
Right. He was the coach in the blue right there. So he has a long history here in Ascension Parish, and he's starting something new at his second school. Now, then there's a good shot of him right there. Now, we're about to get to the starting lineups, but Jolie, if you want to talk for a minute about the keys to victory tonight, go right ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So for Rummel, their key to victory is to press. Make sure Prairieville has no chance of, going through and finding their goal. And then the next one, prevent dangerous plays. One of the biggest things in soccer is giving another team an opportunity to get fouled in the box or anything else. And last for the Rummel, keep possession. They are going to be a fast team tonight, so if they can keep possession and get the Hurricanes kind of mismatched in defense, they're going to score a lot of goals tonight. And on the other side, Prairieville win everything 50-50, any ball that it's on the ground, and goalkeepers winning it in the air and on the ground. Prairieville needs to communicate to kind of decipher who's playing against who, because with a fast team, you have to know who has everything. And for Prairieville, you have to play like there's no tomorrow, because honestly, there is none if you lose tonight.
We'll break right here and listen to the national anthem. So we are almost ready for the start of tonight's game, and like we did Friday night when we had the playoff game over at East Ascension, you can tell us what's going on right here.
Yeah, so right now this is called an international walkout, and this is just a form of respect and for the people in the stands to see who is the starting lineup. You're going to see both, all four officials. Normally you have four for a playoff game, 2 linesmen, a center, and then the one that helps out with the subs. And you're going to have both teams come out and kind of just show who's the starters tonight to the fans.
And since we're talking about the starters, now we can get to the starters. We'll start with the Rummel Raiders, the visitors, and the lower seed tonight. You have on the Rummel side number 8 Robert Vargas, number 13 Joseph Delcid, number 7 Jeffrey Ayala, number 7 Dominic Norales, number 7 Michael Shembri, number 21 David Basillo, number 23 Carlos Benegas, number 46 Sidney Goday, number 10, Holden Alamo, number 3, Brody Mitchell, and the goalkeeper tonight for Rummel, number 0, Ryan McDonald. Now, for the visitors, for Prairieville, the goalkeeper is number 99, Benjamin Tilley. The rest of the lineup, number 35, Matthew McWilliams, number 22, Armando Hernandez, number 21, Carl Roussel, number 31, Joel Mackey, number 8, Cohen Tripodi, number 9, Nolan Romero, number 18, Andrew Roussel, number 7, Alejandro Fuentes, number 11, Caleb Ickles, and number 10, Luis Moran. And I'll let the announcer repeat what I just said.
I absolutely love this for the players out there. This is the first time Prairieville is hosting a second round that shows emotions for this community, this team, and, you know, this school. So, you know, I'm loving this announcer right now and what he's given.
He's fired up, that's for sure. I'll let him introduce the rest of the starting lineup, and then I'll add a couple of things right here.
Number 22, Armando Hernandez. Number 31, Jojo Mackey. And number 21, Carl Roussel. And in goal for the team, the Berlin Wall, number 99, Benjamin Tilley.
And we are just about ready for the start of action here tonight. Number 10, Rummel versus number 7, Prairieville. You saw the crowd. It's a good crowd here tonight. Prairieville representing very well. Rummel traveled very well, too. They have a lot of fans here. In case you don't know where Rummel is, they're only about an hour away on I-10. They're located in Kenner. And so they brought their crowd as well. It's a nice night. It's getting a little bit cloudy, but it's very comfortable. It's room temperature. It's 73 degrees, and it's going to probably stay in the 70s for the rest of this broadcast. So that's kind of setting the scene. I guess one more thing that we can say about these two teams. Sometimes in the power rankings, sometimes you have some teams that are rated a little higher than they probably should be because they might have played in an easier district. Then you have some teams that play in a harder district, and they might have a worse seed than maybe their talent level shows. And when we look at this tonight, Prairieville is pretty much properly seeded. They played some hard teams. They played Dutchtown, they played EA, they played a tough district schedule. Rummel, the consensus is they're kind of underseeded.
Yeah.
Because they play in the Catholic School League. They play teams like Jesuit, Brother Martin, Holy Cross, all those types of schools from New Orleans. And so they lost a few games, and they finish in the middle of the pack in that district, but they are a very good team.
Yes, and so already the start of this game, you know, I've always liked to say, people, please don't look at just the seeding because they're here. Okay, so they fought throughout their whole season to get here, so it doesn't matter what seed you are, it's who comes tonight and wants it more. And, this team being from Metairie, a lot of them are, in club soccer, the same as Prairieville is also. So a lot of them have already played against each other because of their club teams and things like that. So that's going to be huge for both teams to kind of settle in right now, as we can kind of see Prairieville is using, each other, finding each other, and Rummel is straight up already having an offensive chance.
And so you're going to see the throw-in coming up right here for Rummel, and you can see them on the far side right there setting up, and the throw in from number 3, Mitchell. I like the fact that Rummel has some easy to read numbers out here.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to identify a lot of their players very easily. I love the Prairieville jerseys, but they're hard to read the numbers, as you can see. The
it's
blue
like
and
metallic
green.
silver on the back.
So we'll do our best.
Yeah.
And so now here comes Prairieville on the
Beautifully
offensive.
Done.
Beautiful
Check
pass.
him out.
And a nice block there.
Yeah,
And
nice
stolen.
job by Rummel's defense by just standing him up, standing him still, and that's going to be a little foul just because he was chipping at the ankles. I'm already liking this ref taking this game under control, making sure that both teams are playing with respect in this game.
So you see right there, good shot at number 31, Joel Mackey for the Hurricanes. And it's going to try to go inside, trying to hit that corner. He can get there, but it goes out, and we'll have goal kick for the Rummel Raiders.
Yes, and this was going to be kind of the start of what we're going to see a lot tonight, because both of these teams are very aggressive. If you look at their record throughout the season, they can score goals, both teams. So be ready for lots of corners and lots of goal kicks.
And so here we go. Ball to midfield, a header, and it's going to go out, and Prairieville will throw it in.
I want to give a shout out to all the little ball boys and girls tonight, because that is such a difference in a game, and I can see that they are little, and so I absolutely love seeing Coach Adrian and Prairieville give little kids the opportunity to be on the big kids field.
And I want to give also a shout out to both of these clubs for being so helpful with providing starting lineups and information and agreeing to broadcast this game, because we got to get permission from both schools. Now here's an opportunity for Prairieville, and it's a shot blocked by Rummel, and here's another opportunity trying to find some space, and a shot high and wide.
Man, great, but this is already going to be a corner for Prairieville. Prairieville is literally hitting one of their key moments. As you can see right here, they're trying. There's 5 Rummel playing, right in that center. So Prairieville was just trying to get a foot on it. Finally, someone did kind of deflect it out. So it's going to be the first corner for the Hurricanes already with not even 4 minutes.
I believe that was Moran with the shot attempt that was wide. Fuentes is going to handle the corner. And it's strong, and the header in the box and saved, knocked away.
Beautifully done defense, Rummel. Nice job. Way to keep your eye on it, because a lot of teams right there, when it's in the box, they're going to push people down and things like that, and way to just stay on your feet and get that ball out.
So 4 minutes in, no score. Regional playoffs, Rummel at Prairieville, and that's a nice,
beautifully done.
Nice job, good footwork, trying to get through traffic. Nice pass on the right here. That is wide.
I'm loving these opportunities early for Prairieville, because they are showing Rummel, we're here, this is our home, this is what's going to have to be done. And as you can see, beautiful laid off ball, but then right there for Prairieville, number 1, that is going to be Max, right? Or 7? No, that's Fuentes. Yes, I remember him from the last kind of games. He is going to be somebody that is shooting, because he wants to win this game. So Fuentes, you'll see him a lot. He got the neon green cleats, so that's how I remember that.
Right, and you say Prairieville wants to show that they belong and that they are here and that they're going to defend their home pitch. They are obviously a first-year team. If our crowd from Rummel doesn't know about this team or hasn't heard of this team, this is a first-year school. And so a lot of the kids are transfers that play on the team from the other schools in Ascension Parish, East Ascension, Dutchtown, and Santa Maud. You see a nice pass inside.
Beautifully done
away.
Right there.
But these, as you see, a whistle,
absolutely.
And you're going to have a Prairieville kick right here. But that's where all these kids on the Prairieville side come from. So this is the first year that they're actually playing together. And another thing about the Prairieville team, there are no seniors on this club at all. It's primarily freshmen and sophomores. So they're a young team. This is the first time they're playing together as a team. There's a lot of kids from Dutchtown and Santa Maud on this club, but they've never played together outside of club ball, perhaps.
Yeah, and that's kind of the same way with the other side. Right now, I'm only counting their 3 seniors. Yeah, 3 seniors on the Rummel side. So we're going to see a lot of youth tonight here in this game, because of the fact that both of them are trying to, stay in this playoff contingency and try to get both, the first of something, next play and things like that. So as we can see, both evenly matched right now. Both offense are getting chances. I just wish somebody would just find the moment to keep possession, because everything is just very fast forward and fast moving, and that's going to be a foul against Prairieville for kind of a little push in the back.
And so Prairieville had a couple of attempts, no shots on goal yet, a couple of attempts wide, no attempts on the Rummel side so far.
Right.
But Rummel has had a couple of opportunities, but good defense so far for the Hurricanes.
Very nice.
And now here comes a pass inside, and it does not get through. And you have a little push from behind, no whistle.
Because he didn't have any possession of the ball. If he
Right.
would have, it would have been totally a foul, but yeah.
Exactly. So now you're going to get a Prairieville throw in, I believe.
Nope,
No,
they
okay, they're
changed
gonna
it.
yes.
Yeah, I think the side AR saw that Rummel didn't touch it. It was last touched by Prairieville.
So this is Venegas. Gets it inside to Ayala. Back to Venegas.
And don't be confused. Don't look at the football field.
Yes.
Yeah, remember the line goes all the way to that gray part, the farthest black line,
Right.
if you're watching.
So yes, the football dimensions out of bounds is not out of bounds. The black line that you see on the bottom and up top are the out of bounds.
Yeah.
And this is one of the two stadiums that has a full regulation width and length field, because
Having
here
a
at
track
Prairieville
around,
and
yeah.
Prairieville and Dutchtown both have tracks around their field. Santa Monica and East Ascension have shorter dimensions because
Has the
there is no
stands.
track,
Yeah.
because the stands block everything.
Yeah.
So you basically go to the sidelines at those fields,
Yeah.
the actual football sidelines.
Yeah, we lost, because of having the stand so close at both EA and Santa Monica, that's actually equivalent of 15 yards short. Side, back,
Yeah.
And so it's really fun to see a full feel,
Yeah.
and be like, wow, they can play all the way out of bounds. At Santa Monica,
Right.
you're running in, and EA, you're running into a fence.
Absolutely. So you got Holden Alamo right here that's going to handle the kick for the Raiders. And it's low, and it's taken by Prairieville, but Rummel comes right back, fighting for possession around midfield. Pass right, and that's going to be long and out. So throw in coming for Prairieville. This is Armando Hernandez. So header over to Rummel, trying to keep possession, taken away by Prairieville. And there's a pass. They're trying to get it through to the middle, but I believe that's Ickles down there, and he is bracketed, and they're not going to let him. He's not going to do much right now.
Yeah, he right now against Rummel's defense, they're playing with a stagger 3 and 4 kind of in the middle to just clean up any little thing, and they're doing a great job right now by just getting Prairieville to try to find the inseams, but they're staying intact. Great job by Rummel with kind of knowing where to be and each other.
And so a steal and taken away at midfield. Prairieville trying to mount another offensive here. They've had a couple of opportunities. Good block there, and it's going to go out Prairieville possession. And those ball girls are right on the action.
Yep. I love this.
So we are now 10 minutes into our opening half. Still no score, Prairieville and Rummel. A little back and forth right now.
Yeah, and this is kind of usual to see at the beginning of a soccer game. They both have to fill each other out and find a gel, because it's emotions happening tonight. You don't want this to be the end of your season, and you don't want to say, hey, at least I tried. So definitely going to be a lot of fill out, probably the first 15, 20 minutes of any playoff game, because you don't want to mess up. So definitely you see a lot of back and forth right now, and, just people trying to find each other, because I know both of those coaches over there having a resume like what they do, they're changing throughout this game. They can tell their captains on there, hey, go to 2-back or go to whatever. So it's definitely, changing every so often throughout this game.
So here comes another throw in. Trying to get it there, but good defense by the Raiders, and they will set up. Long pass on the right side, looking for their player down there. They get him. Pass inside, trying to catch Prairieville asleep on the counter. Not there. Here comes Prairieville again.
And come on, Prairieville, you have numbers up right now, Fuentes. Just get past them, get through it.
And it's going to go out, and it's going to be a Hurricane throw in. So this is the second round of the playoffs, the regional round. As you see, a great shot right there of number 35, Matthew McWilliams, as he throws it in, and
all the way
Rummel's
across
going to
the
have
field.
possession now. Yep.
Yeah.
So this is the second round of the playoffs, and Prairieville had their home game in the first round and won that game, like we talked about, against Comeaux. More than likely, win or lose, this is going to be the last home game for Prairieville. They would need the number 2 to lose to the 15, which
could likely,
happen.
yeah.
Could happen, but oftentimes does not happen.
Yeah.
So they would need a win and some help to get one more home playoff game. As now here's an opportunity for Rummel as they try to get it inside to number 8, and
8 still has it beautifully done right there.
Yes, that's Vargas. And it goes wide.
That was absolutely beautiful by junior, number 8, Vargas, for Rummel. He just simply just plays it, sees the ball. That is somebody that has the ball at their feet at any opportunity outside of a game, things like that. So this is going to be the first corner for Rummel's tonight, and let's see what they have in store, because I heard they are very deadly when it comes to a corner. They have set plays, they have different calls, so let's see what they have.
Tripodi had blocked the shot. That goes in, and the goalie tries to punch it out. Cannot, and it's going to go all the way across. And Rummel is able to save it. Goes out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. So number 20 will handle that. Coming in for Rummel, that's Diego Cruz. Throws it in. Header out. Still out there, an opportunity in space, shot on goal, high, and off of the football crossbar.
Yes, beautiful. Rummel is settling in right here. Beautifully done, just simple. Receives the ball, puts it on his right foot, kind of a 1-2 jab, and gets it through before another defender can get to him. Beautifully done right there by Rummel. Also for just making sure the ball doesn't get past them when they're on offense. That's something that Rummel is really great. They counter all together, leaving only 3 in the back. So great job right there.
I thought maybe from my distance that the goalkeeper had actually got his hands on it. It did not. It just hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
So that's why you get the goal kick right there for Prairieville. 3 defenders.
Yeah, definitely going to be something that the referee is going to call, just because that's kind of a huge disadvantage to Rummel, because when you are sandwiched by 3 people, it doesn't really feel great. So great job by the center ref for just kind of stopping that, because actually no one had possession with it. So great call.
We're 15 minutes in, no score between Rummel and Prairieville. Over on the left side, that's Rummel. Still has possession, trying to fight for it, and on the ground, and they will play on. And here comes number 23, Vargas, passes it inside, but it's going to be
beautifully
Tilly.
Looked. Yeah, beautifully looked, but the only thing, great job, Tilly, coming out on that one. But for Rummel right there, I know number 8, Vargas, is going to want this back, because he turned to his right to try to receive the ball, and he should have hit it with his left, went left, because you had that Prairieville defense right on your, right side. So I know he's going to want that back after he watches this.
So the throw in, and Prairieville trying to put some pressure. An opportunity here, 3-on-3, and high, and to the goalkeeper, McDonald. Easy job for him.
kind of first coming out, of the goal. I know as a goalkeeper, I talk to many goalkeepers and have coached many, and they say it gets really boring when you don't do anything. And so right now I know McDonald is just more of like stay focused, because if I get, code and things like that, my team's going to need me.
So far, both teams have had opportunities. There's actually no shots on goal at the moment. Prairieville had 2 early attempts that went wide, and then you had the corner earlier for Rummel as well, as that's going to go out left. And who are we going to give that to right there?
Yeah, it's
they got
definitely
a whistle and a player on the ground.
I think it's just because of an injury. I think they're going to play from the ball out of bounds, a throw in. Okay. I think the ref is just more just checking for an injured player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Rummel will handle the throw in, and I believe that's going to be Cruz, or not Cruz. Actually, I was looking at the wrong roster earlier. Colin Grenier. And so the throw in here, as we've had a couple of substitutions in, and we'll get those as we can.
As we can see them.
Yeah, Ayala on the left passes inside for Rummel. So that's Vargas a moment ago. And it's going to be a throw in for the Raiders. A little short pass handled by Rummel. Now taken away by the Canes. And they will go right and get it past midfield. Dump it, and player not there. They were trying to get to Ickles right there.
Yeah, this Rummel team, just having the keys to victory being one of them to prevent dangerous plays. They're doing great right now by containing Prairieville and their offensive chance by kind of sucking them into the middle, kind of a 3-on-1 situation, making sure nothing happens from there. Prairieville right now, they are winning everything though. Prairieville is all over. Fuentes has gone to try to score a goal to playing defense. So everything is, kind of working out for both teams. They just need to both settle down and figure their identity out for this game.
Both of these teams have done really well lately in their season. In their last 5 games, Prairieville has gone 4-0-1. The only tie going against Tara, who's actually a very good team in D2, and that includes their playoff win against Comeaux. Now, at the end of the season, in their final game, Rummel lost to the Willow School, and they're a really good club. They beat Caddo Magnet in the first round, but then they also had won their last 3 before that. But they had also lost to Holy Cross and Mandeville, but those are 2 really strong clubs.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Anybody on what we call the, North Bank side or anything like that, they're going to have great high school, great club teams. So, when I see records like that against, some of them teams, I'm like, yeah, I can see, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a foreign thing for anybody that knows soccer.
That's what we were talking about. When you look at Rummel, and they have 8 losses, so you might say, well, that's not good, right? Well, they've lost to Newman, Brother Martin, Jesuit. They tied Shaw. They lost to Denham, and they are number 1 in the state.
Yeah.
So Holy Cross and Mandeville, they're really good as well. So this team does not have a bad loss.
Yeah, no, not. And then it's not by like 8-0 or 7-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They stuck with them and stuck in it. So never look at a PowerPoint ranking when looking at playoffs, just because I've always said it's who brings it at what night and what team is just gelling at that time. You know what I mean? So that instant replay was just showing just kind of a dangerous thing. A Rummel player jumps on the back of a Prairieville player to try to head it over him, and great job by the center ref.
And so
just running into each other now.
Yep. And it looks like they're okay.
Always said soccer is football without pads, only shin guards. As you can see on this free kick, simple run into each other.
Yep. And so it looked like the Prairieville player took the worst of it on the replay, but he got right back on.
Yeah.
And he was sprinting back to the other side, so he's all right. Oh, nearly a handball right there.
Yeah, pretty sure that was more chest, though, than arm. So, A-okay with that.
Yep. And so now the throw in.
And more subs.
Right.
Fuentes is coming out for Prairieville, and we'll make sure to get his subs number as soon as he turns around. Which Fuentes was one of the goal scorers, in the last round. So I know Prairieville right now just kind of has to find, their other two that scored, Moran and
you want to, I guess, maybe give them a little bit of rest here in the midpoint of the first half, so they can make a run late in the first half.
Yeah, and right now I know Coach Adrian is talking to Fuentes just about his play, but also what he's not seeing. When you're in the moment and in the game, what you're seeing is kind of what's in front of you and not looking to the left or to the right. You know what I mean? It's almost like in football, a quarterback not seeing, that blind side. So Coach Adrian is really great at letting his players know, and I knew it. He is off sides for Prairieville.
Yep.
Coach Adrian is very great at explaining to his players that, you can't always just look forward. And as we can see on this one, number 17 for Prairieville, that is 17, right?
I believe so.
I think so, maybe.
Yeah.
Could be, came in, right?
Pernicaro.
Yeah, Pernicaro, he finally didn't just go forward. He found that outside. And that's something Prairieville needs to do with these 17 minutes left and into the second half. Stop trying to just go be the goal scorer. And, you have so many people open if Rummel is going to just kind of stay in the middle.
So we are now 23 minutes into the first half and still no score. It's been, I think, a pretty even matchup here so far, as both teams have had opportunities to make something happen. Nothing really has materialized yet, but I'd say possession time is pretty balanced.
Right here.
And here's an opportunity with a 1-on-2 and on the ground, and
yeah, that's trying
to ask for a card.
Yeah, that was a deadly play just because of the fact you have two people trying to get to the ball, and Simple just lazy kind of run through it. But that's Vargas. That is their two goal scorer from last week, and he's the one that's had those opportunities kind of at the beginning of the game. So the referee is just going over there, just trying to make sure that his coup is not getting, overheated or things like that, to kind of turn this game into something that you're going to hear a lot more of the fans yelling at.
So they didn't issue a card there, and the officials just gonna just let them know.
A little
like
warning,
you said.
yeah.
So they don't get the card, and Joel Mackey will handle the kick for Prairieville. And back near midfield and over to Ayala for
kind of double teaming. It's gonna get called every single time because they're both chipping at the ankles. And anytime you hear a ref whistle, that's actually him stopping the clock. So in playoffs, so you're gonna see our time go down to 2, and so that probably gonna add a few seconds to this game. And he's actually gonna wait to start right now the clock. So that was maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So that'll be added at the end when you see that our clock stops at 2. He'll have those additional minutes added to it.
Dangerous kick inside, but the header saves it for Prairieville. And now you have another opportunity for Rummel as they're trying to put the pressure on defense. Nice pass
Vargas,
inside. There's an opportunity, and it's going to be wide.
Yeah. And I think Vargas is down for a little bit right here because both, as we can see on this replay, it was a great play by defense, but both fell. One fell on top of each other.
Yeah.
Probably rolled on top. But I do want to correct myself because the forward right now for Prairieville is actually number 12, Paiz. I can finally see it on our screen right here. And I said that it was
Paiz de Barros.
Yeah, number 17. So sorry, Paiz, but we see you working out there.
And who you see working out there on that left side, you got Vargas over there, and Joel Mackey, number 31, is the guy that's down there who's been under fire, and he's done a good job so far in his defense position.
Yeah, it's very hard to be a center back against anybody that's explosive, because you have to be explosive, but you also have to be smart. You can't be overpowering with speed. You have to kind of think like a forward to where you stop that speed, because anytime you have a forward with speed, they will beat you on the outside and then find somebody in the middle wide open. So you kind of have to be a smarter player when you're playing against someone with speed.
So taking their time, dumping it back to Tilly, and now Prairieville gives it away to Rummel, and a nice slide and
lots
block.
Of Canes playing defense right here.
Yeah, this is a big pressure situation. I mean, that's Norales over there on the right side. Loses it, but it'll be a throw-in. So it's been exciting so far, even though it's been scoreless. The thing I like about this is both these teams seem evenly matched, and this looks like something that might be a very close game for the rest of the night.
Yeah. It's going to have to be something that is all made up, meaning that it's not going to be an easy goal to get. You know what I mean? It's going to have to be, because it went through the whole defense kind of type goal.
So this is
Rummel throwing it in. Looks like number 10, that's wearing the captain's badge. Holden Alamon.
Yes, that is correct. Hard to see on that far side. That's what I was trying to do. And the header knocks it away. Still under pressure. There's a shot attempt high.
And that was actually wide right of the field goal. So no points on that one either.
So it's not 3-0. Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
So neither team has gotten anything through the uprights.
just hitting the football goalpost. That's all we got tonight.
Yep. So you see Ben Tilly right there. They called him the Berlin Wall in the player intros. But unlike the Berlin Wall, he's still standing right now.
That's about right. That's why I'm like, are we sure we like this nickname for him?
Yeah.
But yes, he has done a phenomenal job for Prairieville this year, being that wall, that force of nature that, this young team really, really needed in a goalkeeper. He has set them up in big games and has been a big key in the defense. Goalkeepers, a lot of people don't look at them as being leaders because they're just stay in the back or whatever, but his voice, I know Coach Adrian has talked about him. To me, his voice is something that they all listen to, and it's actually going to be a foul right here against Rummel. Prairieville has a beautiful opportunity just right outside the 18-yard box, as we can see on this replay, just pushing towards the back. Simple, just
right. That happened
didn't even have the ball kind of type thing. So here is where boys soccer is so beautifully
he was
beautiful at.
He was about a yard out the box.
Yes.
And here is an opportunity to take an early lead, and you have a couple of Hurricanes out there. Who will handle the kick? As Rummel sets up their defense.
See how this happens. Rummel's doing a great job. You need a wall right here.
And here we go, and it's going to be a attempt, and it's blocked and saved by Ryan McDonald.
Awesome job.
And now we move to the corner, though.
Yes. That was a beautiful job by number 10, Luis Moran, which he had those 2 goals last week against Comeaux. Beautifully hit, beautifully drawn. You made McDonald go to, one post, but beautifully done, McDonald, on that one for getting off your feet and helping Rummel stay 0-0.
So now here comes the corner, header, still in the air and headed out by Rummel, and they can breathe for a second, but still a header inside, and the player's on the ground, so they wait for Rummel to get possession, and then they...
Yeah, definitely want to get this player. As we can see, both a Prairieville and a Rummel player headbutts.
Yep.
That's not a great feeling right there, and especially since this is head injuries or anything else, definitely need to check on this player.
So we'll take a short break right now. No score between Rummel and Prairieville. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
So welcome back, and you can hear from the applause that the Rummel player is back up and moving, and I believe that was Basillo, 21, that was injured for Rummel. Now, as far as the boys go in the regional rounds here in Ascension Parish, because this is obviously one game, and you can have two other teams in action tomorrow. Dutchtown is the 14 seed. They're going to play at Baton Rouge High, and that's going to be on Thursday night, and that's a D1 matchup. And then number 1 Denham Springs in a district matchup against Sandoval, who beat East Ascension Friday night 3-1. You saw that on our Rev game of the week. You got to love that with Sandoval and Dutchtown. They play on the road, but neither one of them has to travel very far.
Yeah, I know. That's something that I know Coach Kevin at Sandoval was like, well, you know what's the only worst thing about this playoff? They know us, we know them, and it's only 45 minutes away. So,
exactly.
You know, not too bad or anything else, you know.
So we'll see tomorrow if any of these teams can pull off the upset. And you never know.
Yep.
As just like tonight, you never know what's going to happen here. 10 versus 7. It's been a fun one so far. Still no score. 23 minutes in. Rummel versus Prairieville. And now an opportunity for the Raiders. Try to get it inside. Gets past him. And there's an attempt. And it's blocked. 25 yards out and taken away by Prairieville. Now 50-50 header. Still fighting for it. Now over to the Canes, who will clear it. But Rummel stays with possession, and just back and forth, and they're trying to get it inside. Number 13 for Rummel, Delcid, trying to make something happen. Cannot yet.
Yeah, Rummel just kind of missed their 1-2 right here from number 6. That is Michael. Sorry, I'm also like looking up two at the same time. And then number 2, Zach Murphy. They were trying to hit up a 1-2 because they had Dutchtown kind of set back from that, but that Michael's Embreeg right there.
So Prairieville clears it, but we have a whistle, and I think we're going to get a free
offsides.
Kick.
Yep.
So Prairieville dodges another bullet as we are 34 minutes in, and we remain scoreless. Not much of a surprise that this game is close and perhaps scoreless. Like I said, 10 versus 7. They're already seated very close, but actually, in reality, they're probably even closer than that, like I talked about earlier. Rummel's a very good team, and you're seeing that here tonight.
Yeah, great look right here by Rummel. They're trying to find the through balls through Prairieville's defense, but Prairieville has showed up tonight. Their defense is stacked. It's stellar. They're kind of playing a diamond formation with having 4 people in the back and a defensive center mid, and they're kind of making sure, if you ever seen a Nike point, whoever's at the ball is the furthest point, and then kind of making, just kind of the shape of a Nike check backwards. So great job by them for kind of forming that to making sure they have all alleyways just kind of congested to where Rummel cannot find a through ball and an easy goal.
So we are about 5 minutes away plus stoppage time.
Definitely coming to you. That is a yellow card. And that is the one that I mistaken earlier, number 12, Price.
So Barros will get the yellow.
Yeah, it's simple, just kind of just kicking right now. You know what I mean? It's not really going for the ball. It's trying to win the ball and also go through the person.
So we're about 4.5 minutes away plus stoppage time with the one stoppage plus the head injury. We're probably looking at a minute to 2 of stoppage time as well. And when we go to halftime, we'll take a break, and then we're going to be joined by Prairieville girls soccer coach, Chris Goodall, and he's going to talk about his girls who play a second-round regional matchup in Monroe tomorrow versus Neville. And so he's going to talk about probably what he sees here tonight and what he expects from his team tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Plus, it always, when Goodall gets in here, it always promises to be a colorful interview.
Absolutely love when he speaks, and you'll understand once you hear the first few words.
Sir Chris Goodall, as I call him. And so now here comes Rummel trying to get something on the counter, cannot. Prairieville's defense up to the task as we are now 37 minutes in plus stoppage time. So quick throw in now. Prairieville trying to hurry. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah. I would say at least when our clock stops at 2, at least 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
After that.
It's going to be considerable as we had to take a break because of the length of the injury on the corner kick with the two players running into each other, bumping their heads. And so you see quick throw in for Rummel, about a 25-yard pass. I know you love to see that on the boys' side, that they can throw it all the way down.
Yep.
And close to a goal, close to the goal when you're down there.
One of my passions when I go to the boys' game, I'm like, please be close to the goal. I want to see their throw in. Right.
I did see a Dutchtown Santamau game that we had covered one time where Dutchtown threw the ball, had to throw in from about 25 yards out, threw it in the goal, did not count as a goal because nobody had touched it.
Yep, it's kind of an indirect, meaning more than one person has to touch it.
And so now we get
a throw in from
Grenier. And look how close that is as you get the headers, and now saved by the Canes. And the header back to midfield, trying to do something. You see Prairieville trying to mount something here, but stymied at midfield, and now you're going to get a kick. As now you can see we're inside of 2 minutes, clock is stopped. The official time is being kept on the field.
Yep.
So we'll wait for the long whistle as we're now joined by Sir Chris Goodall. He'll join us in a moment, and we'll ask him what he thinks about this as well. So now here it is, inside, header out
Nicely
by
done.
Rummel, and
Quick
turn around
shot.
and wide left. So still nothing on goal yet this evening. So we're probably about 3 minutes or so away from halftime. And you see right there a good shot of Coach Julio on the Rummel side. So now 50-50 ball to midfield, header, Prairieville, header Rummel. Now on the right side, cannot save it in time.
It's definitely going to be a Prairieville throw just because we saw that header from the Rummel.
So still about a minute to 2 probably remaining before we go to half. We'll wait for the long whistle. I guess the medium whistle.
Yeah.
But just still fielding each other back and forth. Not much action, but if you recall Friday night, the Santamau East Ascension game, this is about the moment where the Gators scored a goal at the very end of the first half to take the 1-0 lead, and that's the lead they never gave up the rest of the night. So got to keep your eyes out and don't get caught sleeping right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because you kind of want that motivation going into halftime, kind of sparking a new interest, talking about offensive changes, because right now I think both teams are going to talk about what the negative of defense, because of the fact that it's been played on both defense more than it has, either offense. So it's going to be, more of a halftime that's talking about what can be done, found in the middle, because at both teams, they don't have a midfield right now, and that's kind of blocking them from going any further.
And so we are approaching the end, probably inside of a minute, if I had to guess. Not much, but all this action taking place near midfield.
Absolutely.
And there's a whistle.
And there's a Visa card coming out.
So the yellow
right there
coming.
to number 8, Cohen Tripote.
So in the final moments, this is one of those opportunities where Prairieville doesn't want to get caught napping on defense, as they're going to probably dump this in very quickly here as Alejandro gets it, and it's taken away by Prairieville, but still there and out.
Yeah,
and so,
throw in.
So threat averted for the time being. So quick throw in. Actually kind of taking his time. I'm sure that they probably would be satisfied with the tie at the half. You don't want to throw an errant pass and give Rummel an opportunity here.
Yeah.
As you see them trailing these defenders, waiting for that opportunity to strike. Good defense so far. Prairieville just trying to weather the storm here and get to halftime tied. See if they can mount a threat of their own before the whistle. As a header miss, but it's inside and taken away. Good job by the Rummel defense.
Yeah, beautifully done because of not leaving your eye off of, kind of the prize, the ball. He could have followed, the Prairieville person, and another Prairieville person could have came in and got the ball from it. So great job right there.
And so long pass, nobody home. And it still hasn't gone out yet, and it's going to hit the flag and
be
throw
the longest
in for
throw in ever.
Yep. I think they were just kind of waiting, and that ball didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So now Prairieville throw in, and this is going to be dangerous because you're back in that corner.
Yep. And they're going to, Rummel, I already see they're bringing a little bit more numbers up to try to contain the ball. And Prairieville right now, this is exactly what you kind of expect them to do because you don't want to have Rummel this close to your goal. So I would be kicking out to you. Don't know how many minutes is left. You're only seeing 2 minutes on the clock. So kind of do or die, just kick it out.
Yeah, this has got to be near the end, perhaps the last possession. And a good steal and clear. And now here's 3 Prairieville players on the offensive. And a header near midfield. Maybe an opportunity for the Canes. Not quite.
I saw what he was trying. He was trying to find the flank out left. And just kind of looked like it hit his shin guard and not his foot to try to get it way out there.
And so good footwork. But Rummel up to task here. Pass inside and turnaround strike wide from about 35 yards out. And
it's going to be a corner.
Is it? Was it blocked? Oh, boy.
Yeah, they saying that a Hurricane touched it. So Hurricanes really has to be very defensive mindset with this. You don't know how many minutes is left. I would put everybody inside the box on this one. You cannot lose. Oh. There we go. He's not even going to let them.
The bell.
Yeah, not even going to let them finish this one out.
So we go to half, and it's no score. Rummel versus Prairieville. So we'll find out what happens in the second half. We'll have a halftime interview with Chris Goodall in just a moment. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana. Born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future. Connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time. Powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Ayala Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Ayala Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
It's halftime at Hurricane Stadium. No score between Rummel and Prairieville Division II Boys Soccer Regional Round. I'm Jeff Porsche. Jolie Hartman's with me, and we're joined by Sir Chris Goodall.
Sir,
yes, the head coach of the Prairieville girls soccer team, and we're bringing him in because the girls won their game Friday night as well as they beat Ouachita, and so now they're going to Monroe tomorrow to take on Neville. So tell me about your season and tell me about what you expect tomorrow.
Well, it's been a fun season because it's the first one, obviously. We had a few goals, and the girls just keep on surpassing those goals. They don't know any better. We call them the diaper dandies, you know. So we thought we'd get like a 500 record, and I believe we're like 13-5-2 now. Ended up with a 9 seed, and we were one district, which was amazing. And we've knock on wood. I'm literally knocking on wood right now. We've been lucky with injuries as well. So got a home game, Ouachita Parish, and got over that one 3-1. And then we're going to play one of their district rivals, Neville. And we make the slog up there. We're going to Arkansas. You know, we're making the trip up there.
The Arkansas. Yep.
Yes.
And you see the pairings right there. Right. You have Prairieville at Neville, 9 versus 8.
Yeah.
And then the girls in D1, Santa Ma's going to play Lafayette, and Dutchtown's going to play Bird. I know you got a question, Jolie.
Well, I mean, my question is, as being a former head coach that had to travel way up to Arkansas a few times, what's your plan for your team? Because it's not going to be a normal day, go to school, play, a game after. How are you going to kind of emphasize this is playoffs?
You've done it before, Joe. It's a trek, so you can't have it in the legs there. We're very fortunate, and we have the best booster club. I'll say that, and we have to pay our money as well. But we've got a charter bus. One that helps because you're basically a 7.5-hour round trip. That's a trek.
Yes.
So we'll leave a little bit into the morning, not super early, and we'll get to Natchez. You know how like football teams when they do the playoff or a long trip, they want to do a walk through.
Yep.
We'll get to Natchez to a nice little park. We've got wonderful parents. They're giving us too much food, probably.
Yeah.
But we'll have a nice stretch out. We'll actually do a little walk through goalkeeper stuff. And then from there, about another hour and a half to Neville itself in Monroe. And that'll be an hour before we have to warm up. They've given us a locker room to stretch out.
Very
all
nice.
that.
Nice job, Neville.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We did the same for Wachita. And you don't want to be rushed.
Yes.
You don't want to be rushed. And spreading out the trip, taking a little break in the middle there, that helps,
Yeah.
The girls, they're excited. They're excited. It's a long journey, and they're going to be back late. And oh my gosh, if it goes to overtime, we'll be back sun up or something.
Yeah.
But
just
no,
bring the charter bus to school. Like, just go to first block.
Drop them off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're really excited, and I can't ask any more than that. All of us coaches can't ask any more.
So Friday night, that was a big event here on Prairieville.
It
campus
was.
because it's the first ever playoff games in the history of the school. You won district with the girls. Coach Adrian won district with the boys, and you won it first because you won before the snow, and then he won it after.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
the question I asked: did you have to make a deal with Coach Adrian to have him play the first game?
You know what? We should have played at third block or something like that. And we got the first district, and they got the first playoff win. No, I'm happy for him. He's a wonderful friend. He's an amazing coach.
Yep.
He is. But to have both hosting, and when we were looking at the schedule, of course, we had to. You like to help the traveling team. Wachita made the trip that we're about to do. So you want to accommodate them, and they said Friday. They didn't mind late because Saturday morning doesn't really matter,
Right.
And the boys had Comeaux, Lafayette, not too far. So to do a double header, it was a good little crowd as well. It was fun. It was fun.
And so you're always going to be down in history because you're the first district champions. You played the first playoff game. What do you think about that, or how do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
It's all the girls. They're the ones who do it. I don't mind that stuff. It's nice, and what I prefer is the teacher support, the faculty, the fans. It's not about me at all, and I love it for the kids. They're into it. With district championship T-shirt, I think some of them slept in it for a few nights, and that's what it's about. The kids, man. It's
first one's important.
Sure,
always.
it is, and they love their school. Hey, like in any of the whole Ascension Parish, all the schools are great, and the kids. They love coming to school here. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Now, I have one more question, and I'm going to let you go. Because it's something that a lot of people want to know. Because you are a retired head coach. You coached at East Ascension for a long time, and then you stepped away.
Right.
What did Randy Loving have to do to get you out of retirement and come to Prairieville?
That's a good question. This is my Indian summer, right? That's what they call it. It doesn't hurt that I live 3 minutes away. That's a big
ditto.
one. Yep. It doesn't hurt that he's the principal. We've had many a fun time together. Trainer Renee Ponce as the head athletic trainer. That's a big deal. For a coach, that's a really big deal. Getting to coach my twin godchildren, that's a really big deal as well. And I am blessed, and the father as well, Jason Nakan and Tristan Cunningham, to have two wonderful assistant coaches. And then you get to do a new thing. You get to start everything, and that's a fun enticement. So no, it's been very invigorating for me. No regrets. No regrets.
Now Jolie's going to give you a couple of ambush questions.
All right,
I'll
take the grilling.
Never to the good all. I mean,
Come on.
For me personally, I've seen you at every stage of kind of your career, kind of younger coach. That's when I played against you at Santa Maria. Then to be kind of you as a mentor when I became a coach and things like that. Seeing you in your semi-retirement era, and then you coming back to start something new. What have you seen a difference in the generations? Because I mean, you were early 20s.
Sure.
200, all of it.
Delegation is important. Listening to the kids, recovery is so important as well for them. Getting the parents involved, things like that. But so the stuff changes. Like I don't have to line a field anymore, right?
Yes.
We did the years of that. We did our late night phone calls and just stuff. And you got the turf field, you got the facilities, and there's so much more social media now, and the parents are into that, which is wonderful. Highlighting the kids. So of course there are changes, but it's still 11 against 11 on the field there. The funding, the support we have here is second to none as well. So I love it. You got to have that good support. This is hard. It's a winter sport outdoors. It's tough, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, just everything that you have like kind of provided here, I've have been smiling just because of seeing you in those eras and things like that, and seeing you starting something new at a new, base, program and everything else. I know what you have done as a head coach. So was there any different mindset like of starting something new? Because you kind of like was given
Absolutely.
EA, they kind of was all right,
yep,
before you, and then you came EA, semis, district champs there and everything else. Like, how is your mindset now? Like, I got to do this again.
Right. Very different because they're so young.
Yeah.
So every game we've played, every other team is bigger than us. They just. So our first major game, it was against McGehee. It was at the Raceland tournament, and the girls were big. And our girls were warming up, and you could see deer in the headlights. And because we start 2 freshmen, 4 of the first 5 subs are freshmen, so we had to do a little come to Jesus and hey, relax, you're going to be just as skilled. So really helping the younger ones, that was important. If you've got a class of juniors and seniors, they can just roll. So we've had to really help out the younger ones. Really help them out. It's important. Mentally, specifically.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, from being a mentor to a coach I played against, everything else, we wish you luck.
I hated coaching against you. Jeez, it was hard work.
I think I giggled more during the games I had to coach against you because I was like, he's saying something over there. I just know it, and it's about me right now, so I'm just going to smile at him. But, just good luck tomorrow. Enjoy the trip because those are times I will always remember.
It's good memories,
because
right?
of you have the girls giggling in the back and everything else, but it's memories for high school.
It is.
That's amazing.
That's what it's about.
So yes.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we have second half underway. Thank you, Chris, for coming in here. I know you don't mind coming in the press box every now and then.
No, I don't mind, and thank you for you guys for the service you provide local area. It's a wonderful thing. You guys do a great support.
Glad
Much
to help.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Chris. So Chris Goodall, girls soccer coach at Prairieville High School. They play tomorrow against Neville 9 at 8. And so now we are back to the action as the second half has begun. And now we get rid of the Chris's mic, and now we have the Nat sound back on. And
we're ready to go.
Absolutely. And like I said, the crowd has gotten pretty big. It's not a football game big, but it's pretty big.
I think I've seen most of the softball team and baseball team come in from practice and things like that. So awesome job, by the other coaches for, supporting everybody. But beautiful strike already from Prairieville to kind of start this second half. Prairieville is going to need everything right now because of 2 things. Number one, they have nothing to lose because they kind of showed what they are about in the first half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So got to be a little different, be a little bit more speed, and, just be with each other. Rummel right now, they're kind of showing the stronger unit, but it's not coming together, as soon as they get to the goals. Yeah. So Rummel just needs to keep continuing to play and finding each other's feet.
And now you're getting there close to the box, and it's taken away by Prairieville, and they clear it out, and we'll get the Rummel throw in. So we have something in the first minute of the second half that we didn't have in the entire first half, and that was a shot on goal. Yep. So now you're going to start to see things a little bit more aggressive, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a winner tonight. Yeah. You don't want it to go down to PKs and just be lucky, I guess, so to speak, to win. You want to win it on the clock, I guess, is what you could say.
Yeah, that was something that I kind of instilled in any player that I've ever coached, is the fact that you never want to bring a team into overtime, because in the newspaper it doesn't say how that game truly went. Yes, 0-0, all this and all that, but it doesn't say, how first half went or anything else. You want to win it in the regulation time and then have overtime being something, that it's like a 5-5 game. Then people are like, whoa, the game was 5-5 and it had to go to PKs. That must have been great. But when you see 0-0, it's like, oh, it's probably like a boring kind of type game. So you definitely want to make sure someone scores and no overtime. And here we go, Fuentes here for the third corner for Prairieville in tonight's game.
So as the clock moves on, it's going to get more tense as it's going to be on the ground, and it's inside, and it's saved by one of the defenders.
Rummel.
Good job on the post right there, and another attempt high. saved by our goalkeeper, Ryan McDonald for Rummel. So pepper in the goalkeeper a little bit here in the opening 4 minutes of this second half. But
yeah, absolutely.
We remain scoreless.
You need to. I mean, you got to have a winner. Try anything, but great job by Rummel's defense right there. As you can see, one of their defensive backs, I want to say that was, well, maybe one of their wings, number 8. That's Vargas. Yeah, Vargas. I mean, he's normally the offensive person. He stood on the post, and if he wouldn't have stood there because he was too urgent to move up with the ball, that would have been a goal for Prairieville. So if there's any young defenders watching, stay on the post until it is totally, kicked out, because you don't want to be the reason why your team goes down kind of this early in the 4 minutes of the second half.
So now Rummel trying to mount an offensive of their own, as they have it from about 35 out. Yes. And pass wide going over to Ayala. And good moves right there. That's actually number 3, Mitchell. But they lose it. And here comes Prairieville on the counter. Trying to get it right. And there's a player down there on the right. Beautiful pass. And now trying to get the cross inside. And it's going to just be wide of the goal again. Just ran out of space.
A corner.
But yes, a corner coming for.
So deflection off of number 10 for Rummel. Holden Alamon in the back.
So I assume Fuentes is going to handle this again.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those players that Coach Adrian kind of seen early. I saw them in December games and January games, that he's a player that can bend a ball. If you tell him where to place it, he's going to do it for you. So this is one of their trick plays, simple, mishandles that ball.
Yep, misfired, and a whistle, and it's going to be Rummel. So if we did go to overtime, we saw that a couple of years ago. We had one overtime game between Dutchtown and Sanama in the playoffs. You got to have a winner. So what happens?
This replay misses. Man, he's going to want that one back.
So what happens if we go to 0-0 or 1-1 here, right here, at the end of regular time?
20 minutes, 10, 5, and the one of the 10s is going to be sudden death, so whoever scores, you don't have to play the rest of the 10. 5s are sudden deaths, and then penalty kicks.
And so that's what you can expect if we remain scoreless. Although with the more aggressive play here, it's looking more and more unlikely that we would remain scoreless. But here's an opportunity for Rummel, and bracketed and pushed from behind. It's going to be a scoring opportunity right here.
Is it in the box? Is it outside? Because that was very close.
I think they're saying outside.
Oh, tough.
Vargas taken
tough
down.
Break for Rummel, but
bracketed again.
Now.
And now this is the moment that Prairieville has to dread.
Yeah.
Rummel
Just breathe, play defense.
Rummel is a good team, and they have great strikers. It's probably coming right at Tilly. So he has to be ready.
As you can see, you're going to have Prairieville have 5 people in the goal.
And it's in and Rummel takes the lead.
Yes. He made it look so easy because it was a simple
found that corner.
Through.
And so number 10 with the goal, that's Holden Alamon. And I think Tilly got a hand on it.
Yeah.
But
it's very hard for a goalkeeper to see over a wall that you've asked, your defenders to create and things like that. So it's very hard. But that was just beautifully placed.
Yep.
That was the far corner from where he was staying, far goalpost. That was just beautifully played.
So both teams have had that opportunity from about 20 yards away. In the first half, Prairieville was unsuccessful with Moran, but Alamont gets the goal for Rummel. They lead 1-0, and now Prairieville needs to score. It's not urgent right now. We still have 32 minutes left to play, but you got to avoid giving up that second goal. It's a cross not there.
Yeah. You're definitely going to see a lot more of Prairieville moving up kind of all together, because now you're down 1-0. You kind of don't not want to say care about defense.
Yeah.
You're going to impact offense more because what do you have to lose now? You're losing now, so everybody go up, everybody kind of suck in the ball. Don't let it go past the last person on defense.
And there's one of those 30-yard throw-ins right there. Line drive and still fighting for it at midfield. And looks like Prairieville's going to come through, try to pass inside, and not there.
Yes, no one is there for that pass. And a simple moving of the forwards can kind of help out for Prairieville. I mean, Rummel has 4 people playing in the back, and they're stuck on glue to the forward. So you're not going to be able to find your forward if you're just simply lodging it up, hoping they get it, because then 2 Rummel players will always be around them.
They've tried to get that through ball inside, but he's been bracketed all night, and they haven't been able to be successful right there. So we are now 9 minutes in, and Rummel has struck first, and they lead 1-0, and an opportunity to try to make it 2-0 right here. As you see, good footwork and slide and a whistle, and maybe another opportunity as Brody Mitchell hits the turf.
Yeah, Fuentes is definitely getting a yellow on this one.
Yep. So another dangerous moment coming. And Mitchell looks like he's okay. I think he's just trying to catch his breath here for a second. Now, a moment ago we saw Alamon with an opportunity from about 19. This is from about 26. It looks like Ayala's down there. So we're waiting right now.
Yeah. Kind of see the same thing, but if this number 7 for Rummel is coming, Jeffrey, he's going to try to bend it.
And he does, and it's 2-0. Oh, boy.
I spoke too soon.
Yep.
He definitely bent it like Beckham, but he put that one on the ground right underneath the wall, and this is what Rummel does.
Jeffrey Ayala.
Yes. Ayala, beautifully done right there.
And on the free kicks, both Rummel goals. As you see it right there, as it gets through and just bends
There's
right.
nothing McDonald could do with that. Yet again, it's his wall jumped up. He kept it on the ground. Simple right there.
So Tilly made the dive, unsuccessful, but neither of these goals you can really pin on Tilly because they're just beautifully done, and you can tell that they worked on that for a very, very long time. And this is what I was talking about with Rummel. They don't have the record that Prairieville has, but
and fast versus fast right here.
Exactly, as they're trying to dump it back to Tilly, and they do. But Rummel has the record isn't as impressive as Prairieville's because they play in the Catholic League.
Yeah. But the Catholic League is always kind of strong with you Jesuits and Brother Martin and things like that. So I'm literally thinking that Prairieville is coming out chippy right now because they are seeing their season be 2-0 right now. They're just kind of flanking and falling and bringing people down as is. But, I mean, that one could have either went both ways, but they were tangled up.
And I guess it's tough to see a situation where you played so well in the first half, and then in about a 4-minute stretch, you get 2 whistles, you get a yellow card, and you get another penalty right outside the box, and you give up 2 goals on those set pieces right there.
Yeah, it's always you play 40 minutes. 1 half, 40. You know what I mean? 80 minutes. 1 half is 40. That could be a whole game in itself right there. You can be up 5-0, down 5-0, and then second half you can score 27 goals. It's something beautiful about this game that you could have been terrible in the first half, and then all of a sudden second half you're scoring goals left and right. And so that's something that a great coach can kind of decipher throughout a game and help his team out. You can see Coach Julio over there for Rummel. He did something at halftime to kind of fire up his boys because Rummel has not stopped. And even though it was a free kick, off of free kicks, they're kind of playing with a little poise and a little attitude and kind of fighting back with Prairieville this half.
Now, we haven't talked about it yet, and I know you like to talk about it, so I'm going to bring it up.
Here we go.
What's the score? 2-0.
Yeah.
What usually happens to that team that gets that 2-goal lead?
It's very easy to trail. So
Yeah.
it's soccer 2-0 is the worst possible score you can have, because once you find the back of the net once, it's easy to find it again.
And here is an opportunity, perhaps. Are they pulling out the card? And they are not.
No.
But Friday night, Santa Maria took a 2-0 lead on East Ascension, and within about 45 seconds, Santa Maria gave up the goal to East Ascension, as we have maybe an extended injury right here.
Yeah,
as
Fuentes
he's down.
right here, yeah.
So
I'm pretty
Fuentes-
sure it's lower back, just because of the fact when he fell on the turf, which loved the turf. Thank you, Ascension Parish School Board, but it hurts falling on the turf. So pretty sure it's his lower back right now, because of how he fell was just more toward, falling on kind of tailbone, backbone, that kind of thing.
So we'll break right here while they tend to Fuentes. It's 2-0 Rummel. We'll be right back. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows.
Galvez Seafood. Superior Office Supplies. Mike Anderson's. Miller Safety Consulting. Hollis Orthodontics.
Fuentes is up, and we are almost ready for action. 2-0 Rummel. They lead with about 15 minutes left to go, 15 minutes into the second half, as now you get the throw-in coming from DeBarros. And this is a dangerous one, because this is one that might be able to get into the box right here.
Let's see. Beautifully.
And the header from
No
Rummel.
Canes were there, though. Canes, you got to be more towards the ball if you're going to.
And there's a shot, and it's in! And what did we say? What did we say, Jolie?
I'm telling you, when something is 2-0, you never count the away team or the home team in this, advantage out. 2-0 is not good. Nice job, Prairieville, for sticking in that one, because that was a long throw-in that happened. No one was there, and it bounced off. As we can see, you always finish a ball that is bouncing on your side of where you're trying to score a goal. Beautifully done, Prairieville.
And the goal comes from number 10, Luis Moran. And we have a game
He is on fire
again.
for playoffs for Prairieville right now.
And
Scored
you
2
see
last
Luis.
week, 1 this week. Hopefully more, but Rummel right here, they're going to show a little bit more sign of life, because of the fact they know that, they scored those 2 goals quick. They're going to try to get this third one even quicker to kind of shut Prairieville up right now.
And so here's a chance. And Tilly falls on it. And so that was nearly a situation where I almost got to 3-1 earlier, or a moment ago.
Yeah.
As now we're going to get the throw in. And so now here comes Prairieville with an opportunity. And a header getting down inside the box. You got a trailer right there. And here's an opportunity, 3-on-3, and you're going to get the throw in.
Yeah, definitely. Prairieville right now, I mean, it's 2-1. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose besides, you're losing right now on the scoreboard. Get everyone up and finish the ball. Take out the trash if it hits the ground.
Find Luis Moran, because he's got the hot hand or the hot foot right now.
Hot commodity.
Yes, he does. And so another throw in coming.
Let's see how they kind of change on this one, because you just had one that was a goal, one that's kicked out back to you. Let's see if anything has changed.
And so opportunity, header, and a corner.
Way to get something out of it. Another chance, another opportunity. Prairieville is, I think, kind of breathing a little faster right now, because they just seen that they can score on Rummel. They can, step up to them and try to find the back of the net again. Bring everybody in this corner.
And so get that line drive, trying to find somebody in that little 15-yard spot, and he's not there. Header still out there, and Rummel gets it out and try to set up again. Still putting the pressure, and the Canes keep possession. They're going to switch right. Header right, and pass inside, and not there, off the wrong foot. So here's an opportunity. Rummel gets it through.
Misplayed.
Oh, boy. And okay, the other defender's
done.
there.
Yeah.
Good job.
Save it. Nice job. Nice job.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's having each other's back. And, you know, like how I said earlier, how they play with the Nike check. If one moves over, you still contain that check. One goes behind, to always have kind of a man further than you to help out if a swing and a miss happens like that.
In case you're just watching, just tuning in to this broadcast, it was scoreless at halftime. And I think both of these teams are in urgency mode right now because you had the 2 goals on free kicks for Rummel, both inside of 20 yards or near 20 to 25 yards. One was from 19, one was about 22, 23. And then Prairieville answered with the goal right after the throw-in the box by Luis Moran.
No one's there. Kind of playing blind right now, both teams. They're just hoping that if they kick the ball, someone will be there. You know, you can kind of see that the clock is ticking down. Rummel seeing that they have 2 kind of confident control, but Prairieville is kind of going balls to the wall right now. My favorite figure of speech I've always told players, they are playing like a chicken with their head cut off. They're hoping that this next play that they come up with will be the equalizer or the game winner, you know. So kind of see Prairieville going everywhere, everybody playing every position, and Rummel still kind of containing a little bit of shape, but more trying to just follow Prairieville right now because Prairieville is having all possession, as we can see.
Here's an opportunity, and it's going to stay in and saved by Rummel. Or are they going to call it? Did they blow the whistle?
Corner.
Okay, so it did get into that out-of-bounds area, so we're going to get the corner.
Yep. And Fuentes finally coming from the other side in this half, you know what I mean, had the one over there already. Let's see what he has in store, because for a right footer, you're going to try to not hit the flag at the same time of trying to hit the ball, so it's kind of a mind game right here.
So here we go.
Nice job.
Yes, and header out there, saved by the defenseman, and we are beyond the halfway point of this second half. 2-1, Rummel leads Prairieville. So the header trying to go right. Okay, he's trying to find Fuentes down there, not home. So throw in coming.
Long throw in. Come on.
And
nice
it
job,
gets
Rummel.
through, but Rummel's goalkeeper, Ryan McDonald.
Yes, beautifully done by that defensive back right there, number 10 for Rummel. Another Holden Alamon, we said his name earlier because he was the first goal scorer of the night, and he's been great in Rummel's defense. He just kind of is a total package right now because that was a very smart move to have McDonald come in and receive
a chance
the ball.
And a shot wide and just outside the post.
How beautiful was that quick play? He was there. He was ready. As we can see, on this replay, simple touches of Rummel on the head and then a 1-2. I mean, you can't envision this when you dream about trying to score a goal in a big game. Like that was just beautifully done right there by the Hurricanes as just a unit right now. I've never seen them play with this much passion together. Right. You know what I mean? They're finding each other. They're trying to win this game as a whole group. So great job. But Rummel is Rummel. They're going to be able to put something together. As you can see, they're still having offensive chances.
Yeah, see, the Prairieville defender hits the deck, and we have a whistle. That attempt earlier that just went wide of the right post, that was from Caleb Ickles.
Yeah.
And we're expecting to hear his name before the end of the night. If we get an equalizer, we're looking for him or Moran to be that scorer. That doesn't mean that somebody else might do it.
Yeah.
But those are the two likely
for
goal
Prairieville,
scorers for this team.
Yeah, and for Rummel, it's anybody right now because they are setting up Prairieville, finding something different, but
crosses wide.
Just kind of too wide all the way across the field where you have no teammate. But Rummel is great at finding each other after a play. You know what I mean? So, like, already they have possession. You know, no Prairieville person got to it first. They kind of outplayed them. And then Rummel right here had just kind of a kick away, and Fuentes saves the ball for Prairieville, and he's going to go simply down the field. And Fuentes a little emotional after this one because he did not get a foul. And this is not good for Fuentes if that referee is going over there to talk to him yet again because he already has a yellow in this game. Another one would be considered a soft red, and Prairieville would have to play a man down for the rest of the game. So Fuentes needs to realize he will hurt his team more if he keeps, being emotional after and asking the referee why he's not getting calls.
So he has to keep his cool for 16 more minutes plus a couple of minutes.
And that's very hard, very hard.
Especially in this moment. We didn't get to talk about the pod that they're in, but as we said, this likely being the final home game for Prairieville unless there's a 15-2 upset if Prairieville won. That 15-2 matchup is Ouachita and Holy Cross. So Holy Cross, another Catholic school league team. So if Rummel could win, you have an all-Catholic League quarterfinal.
Yep.
So they wouldn't have very far to travel.
People don't understand why soccer hasn't been in select or non-select.
And it's inside!
That was huge. And what was it off of, everybody?
Yeah, you said it.
What was it off of? The beautiful throw-ins that these boys can do.
Absolutely, and we are tied.
Please watch.
Let's watch the throw in, the header,
finally,
and off the far side.
And you know what I love more about this moment for Prairieville is the fact that they brought one of their defensive backs to go play offense, and that is the tallest kid on Prairieville right now that's been playing defense for him. Where's the captain's badge? Just a phenomenal kid. Yes, I mean, I've seen him play and grow up, and that was just phenomenal by Roussel for setting his team up and wearing that captain's badge with pride. Why not bring your tallest guy over there to do a header like that in the regional round of playoffs?
So now Rummel probably was feeling comfortable about 15 minutes ago as they had the 2-0 lead.
Game kind of going into overdrive for both teams. You're going to see a lot of physicality, a lot of, okay, let's try this out because we haven't tried it before. But here's Rummel with, a long throw in that they have.
And an opportunity and a header wide, and Tilly will take it and will get the kick. So we are now 14 minutes away, and what looked like perhaps we were about ready to write a eulogy for the Hurricane season. Now all of a sudden they're a goal from taking this lead.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Price. He's the one that threw the ball in. So great job, Price, for getting your team an opportunity to, tie this up 2-2.
And so now pass on the left side. Now staying on the left side. Fuentes has it, but he loses it.
Yeah. Prairieville's going to want that pass back because it stopped Fuentes from continuing to move on. And let's see if this turf is any problem for this goalkeeper. No, but
it's good.
You could kind of see how it could. Yeah. Oh, man, I wish. I wish. Great job by Rummel's keeper for just kind of staying in line. You see how he tracks back to the line, and he kind of just protects that goal.
So 2-2. So we had two quick goals off of free kicks from Rummel that made it 2-0, but Prairieville has tied with 2 goals in the box off of throw-ins.
Push from straight the back. You're going to see a lot of, and I'm going to say this, laziness from these guys because of they want the ball, so they're going to try to go through. You know what I mean? Be more physical, have that kind of mindset, so kind of watch that in this half. But Jeff, a difference between the first half to now is you have 20 minutes left. You have 12 minutes left. For Rummel, you have 4 seniors that might be really hard to say goodbye. So you got to start, kind of putting this all together. But, looking at Prairieville, they all come back next year.
Yeah.
So this is also building and fueling, their next year's team and things like that. And that confidence that, those guys can say going into the season, we beat Rummel.
And there's a block, but it's still out there, and it's saved. And a good job by Tilly.
Yes.
And just how this team has changed in a month, because they're young, and you did the game against Dutchtown, and they were down 2-0, and they wound up losing 4-0.
Tilly, nice job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when they were down to Dutchtown, they were down 2-0, and they lost 4-0 as they kind of folded up their tent after they got that 2-0 deficit. But now, a month later, that's why you play teams like Dutchtown and East Ascension and all the teams that they played in non-district, because they learned something, and now they're trying to grow up and mature and get the win right here after trailing 2-0 in the second half.
Yeah, and Rummel kind of had a season just like that because of, playing those big teams too. But what I'm liking from Rummel right now is the poise. You don't see them kind of acting up or doing fouls right now. And that's all, props to Coach Julio and his staff because of what Rummel kind of stands for. Rummel is a program that everybody knows around the state because, as you look at Coach Julio, they have been to the quarterfinals last year and things like that for Division II semifinals in 2023. Rummel is a team to beat when you get, with them in playoffs, and definitely going to be a yellow card right here to our, Prairieville's goal scorer just recently.
Yeah, Roussel.
Yeah, Roussel literally takes him for a spin.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, but that's how I said it's going to get lazy. They're going to be doing this to also kind of waste time, too.
Yep. We probably got about 13 minutes left if you want to include the stoppage time. We had the Fuentes injury.
Yeah.
So there's still some time, and then Jolie explained what will happen if we remain tied, and we'll go through that again if we have to.
Yeah, it's something that Rummel's manager, Joshua, we've talked about when I heard that Rummel would be coming to Prairieville, is the fact that this Rummel team loves to press, and tonight Prairieville is taking advantage of that press and bringing everyone up, as we can see right here. Let's see what happens.
Oh, and it is a corner.
Beautifully done by Rummel's number 10 yet again, Mr. Holden Alamon.
Yep.
He's the first goal scorer for, as we can see on this replay, simple slides, all ball, beautifully done. Holden Alamon has been the, scored the first goal for him, and now he's doing both sides of the work for his team tonight. Great job by that Rummel Raider.
Prairieville was aggressive on that counter, and that gets them the corner right here. So is this Fuentes? I'm sure it is. And it goes in. Opportunity for a header, and it's going to be high. And it's going to be a goal.
Yeah, anytime you see guys jump, they sometimes forget two things. Number one, when you jump, you have to put more effort into getting the ball back down, because if I meet the ball it's just like baseball. If a ball's up high and I'm swinging high, it's more than likely going to be a pop-up, if that makes sense. So if I'm jumping up, I need to make sure that I have my face facing down to where that's where the ball's going.
Yep. Now, Alamon right there, he has some cramps, so he's going to get stretched out. Now he's ready to go. He's earned those cramps here tonight with the goal and the defense.
And that's something, you said earlier, it's going to be upper 70s. These student athletes out here have been playing in the snow, in the cold and everything else in January and December, to where now it's 70 degrees. Our great state of Louisiana playing, and these kids, are cramping because of the fact in the last 2 weeks it has dropped down from 70 to 20s. So definitely kind of different terrain and different avenues tonight for for both teams tonight.
7.5 minutes plus stoppage time. It's 50-50 ball at midfield, and Rummel's going to get an opportunity right here. But the pass knocked away. The Raiders trying to keep possession, and it's going to go to the Canes, and here they come as they're going to switch right. And the player's there, tried a little
and saves it.
Job on his back foot and
done.
saves it, and hits the ground. No whistle.
No, it was all ball.
Yep.
He didn't hit the Prairieville player, so great job right there.
And another all ball situation, and nobody there. And another Prairieville player hits the ground, and now it's an opportunity, and it's loose. And Fuentes, can he do something with it? As the goalie tries to get back, and he's home, and it's knocked away by, I believe, Alejandro. Now another opportunity for Prairieville as it's knocked away, and a handball right there.
Actually, I like this mentality that Prairieville's having right now. Even though that Prairieville just had a handball, I wish, I like that it was a handball, because nobody was playing defense. Everybody was trying to form up, so kind of late in the game, if you're going to do fouls, do it on the total opposite end.
Yeah.
Handball, same thing. Those kind of things. So I don't mind that call happening, that this far back.
So you could have
because
given
nobody was playing defense.
Right, you could have given up a counter right there, and now it's hit from behind, and no whistle. And now Prairieville trying to get something on their side, and Ickles cannot reach as it goes out. So now we'll get the throw in from Alejandro as we now approach 5.5 minutes plus stoppage time. And Alejandro, he's one of those guys that can get it 20 to 30 yards downfield, and so now is Ickles still on side? I believe he is.
Yep.
And he's trying to set up, try to cross inside. No, he's going to keep it himself, and nobody's there inside. Now we got an opportunity right here. He does not, and now Prairieville will keep it on the right side, blocked. So
yep, and they still got guys back for Prairieville, so great job, way to stay and contain it.
So now an opportunity. So Rummel will see what they can do on the counter.
And they
Prairieville
only have
back.
3, and Prairieville has 5. So great job, Prairieville. Rummel, get some more people up, help yourselves out, spread Prairieville out, and then find the middle.
Oh, no, it's an own goal. Oh, no, and Rummel takes the lead.
Yep, this is what happens. This is what happens in soccer. You're trying everything. This is why, as a defender, you do not just kick the ball away. You have to put your body, put it on the ground, because you don't know where your body is facing. So as we can see this, he just tries to clear it, instead of just gaining possession of it, putting it on the ground, and being calm with it.
And so Prairieville, if that's how their season ends, that's going to be a heartbreaker.
Yeah. But great job, Rummel, for applying pressure, because of the fact, 2 things, you never know what happens in soccer. You don't know if the goalkeeper might fall down. You never know. Yeah. So always continue to shoot. And here we go. Coach Adrian and his team has a little trickery planned out for us. So let's see how this works out.
Flooding the right side.
Yep.
So they need to get a goal, and they're going to flood that right side, and that's where they're going, and they're trying to get it down, and it's going to be a goal kick. Now Prairieville has not been afraid of playing from behind here tonight. They gave up 2 goals in about a 4-minute stretch, and then they came back and tied it. Rummel just took the lead on an own goal by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, this is actually going to be never have a timeout, but we're going to have either the head coach, Coach Julio, get a yellow card, or the number 8 that just ran off. Let's see if we see from this.
They're talking about it.
Yeah.
They are obviously, with the lead and 3 minutes left, they're obviously trying to stretch and stall the best they can, but you can't. What are they doing? They're talking about the keeping the time on the field there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, as head coach, if a referee walks over, that normally means you received it, the yellow card. So basically, as a head coach, that's a warning. Next one, you're kicked out. And I'm very fortunate I never had to get kicked out. So, but if you do, then you have to do like a little sportsmanship class, and you have to pay LHSA $100.
Well, you don't want to do that.
Correct.
So now Rummel, because you're going to be on the offensive here, you might get an opportunity as it's knocked away.
Yeah. So the same thing as this player, it's not the same player that had the on goal. You saw how he just kicked it? That's just kind of lazy. Contain the ball, nobody's in front of you, and get it up. Does that make sense? Because if you just give them a 50-50 ball, you don't know where you're placing that ball, if that makes sense. Help your team out. Don't just flank and kick.
And I think one of the players on the Prairieville side cramped up right there and just could not get there in time, as we are now inside of that 2 minutes. So probably about 4 minutes plus remaining, maybe in Prairieville's season. They need a goal to tie it to get to overtime. Prairieville trailing 3-2 on an own goal with about 7 minutes left to go in the second half. And it goes out, and we're going to get a throw in.
Definitely a lot of time being wasted by Rummel, but this is actually a key to winning a game, if that makes sense. If Prairieville's going to keep kicking it out, then take your time.
And so Rummel with the pass taken away. That's Fuentes, you know that.
Yeah. Green cleats, that's all you have to find. He's everywhere on the field.
So Prairieville trying to mount one final offensive to tie this game. Fuentes inside. I believe that's Roussel. Fighting for it. It's out, and it's going to be throw in for Rummel.
Yeah, you might see Prairieville right now simply giving the ball to them because you don't want them to waste time. So I've seen a lot of teams just hand it off. Like, here, take it, don't waste any more time. But Rummel is definitely using this 3-2 to their advantage, subbing the person that's the farthest on the field. That's just tactics of winning a game. So great job by Coach Julio for continuing, that kind of what's supposed to happen.
And so now, still probably about 2 to 3 minutes remaining in game time in regulation. As a save from McDonald. Just gets his hands on it. Prairieville hasn't been able to mount an offensive since the own goal.
Yeah, it's now they seen on the scoreboard, 10 minutes ago, 2-2. Now it's emotions. Now it's do or die. So some of them are, kind of depleting and things like that. But Rummel is steady on the track, steady on the horse. And as we can see, Prairieville's defense is, continuing to go on. Rummel is winning every little thing right now, but Prairieville right here, throw in, can kind of continue a run if more Prairieville people get involved.
Probably under 2 minutes. So time is a factor now. But Rummel's defense is not letting anything happen. They're just kind of just letting them ease down the field and throw the ball in. We do have a sub for the Canes.
Yeah, definitely fresh legs. You want that, if that makes sense, just because under maybe a minute and a half, you want to be able to outrun the other team.
As a player goes down for Prairieville.
Yeah, kind of stomach area.
Low contact on the throw-in.
Yeah.
You can see him right there.
Yeah.
And so we'll keep it here as we go into the final moments, and maybe we can look at the what's at stake here as you look at the playoffs in the regional playoffs in Division II. You have Rummel and Prairieville right here, and like we said, they're going to play the 15-2 winner, and that's Ouachita at Holy Cross. And so there are, and when you look at the regional round, tonight, Santa Monica has been taking on Denham Springs. Have you heard anything about that game yet?
Yeah,
Joey?
the last I heard was probably about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
2-0 Denham Springs, and that was kind of coming out of their halftime. So nothing as of, in this half. I think I've been more intrigued with this half than, hearing about Santa Monica High School. But nothing, Dutchtown plays tomorrow, and then tonight we got the Rummel and Prairieville.
And tomorrow night, Dutchtown will play at Baton Rouge High. Those are all Division I pairings. And then on the girls' side, you have Santa Monica and Lafayette. That's Thursday, and Dutchtown at Byrd. And then Prairieville will play at Neville. So all 3 AP teams are going on at least an hour-and-a-half road trip. And so now we're about ready as...
And we're going to add more minutes to that referee's clock.
Right. DeBarros is going to throw it in for the Canes. It's 3-2. It was 2-0 Rummel. Prairieville tied it at 2 and then gave up an own goal about 7 minutes ago. And that might be the decider right there. They're looking for a handball right there. Did not get it.
Yeah, it was too much. Bam, bam. I mean, the referee cannot see it when a whole slew of Hurricanes are around him. You know what I mean? It's he can only be towards the middle. He can't be everywhere, at once. So
DeBarros, he's the one who threw it in on the first goal and trying to get there. An opportunity. Here's Prairieville in the box and out on the right side. And they are going to have a throw-in for themselves. Yes, initially they were pointing toward Rummel.
Let's see.
DeBarros is going to do it again. It was a little intriguing there a moment ago. Now another opportunity. So the throw in, DeBarros headed away.
There.
And trying to keep it from going out and wasting a little time. Rummel does that, and now Prairieville loses it.
Yep, out of bounds. It's going to be Rummel, which that's what Rummel wanted. Any little thing to get them inches closest to their goal and to try to waste time.
Probably about a minute left. And so we have a collision. As contact between Prairieville and Rummel and no whistle. And so now Tilly is going to take it about 40 yards downfield. And now the Canes, maybe their last chance, who knows. And good footwork, keeping possession. And a pass right, and Roussel is home, slips, loses it. It's going to be a throw-in, I think. No, it's going to be a Rummel possession. Oh, wow. The home crowd doesn't like that. They look pretty close. And Rummel is going to have a sub.
Yeah, he's stopping the clock. He's realizing what Rummel's doing. As you can tell, you heard that extra little whistle.
I'm not sure about that one right there.
Yeah.
That one looked like it may have gone out on Rummel, but they get the call. Now the header by Roussel. Nobody there. And coming over the back. And an opportunity for
I told you, getting
the
a
Raiders.
little lazier. Just kind of run over people. Hopefully they lose the ball. You get the ball kind of type thing. As we can see, over the back, yeah, that's going to be a foul every single time.
And now Rummel inching closer to victory. Goes inside, off the chest. Rummel keeps possession. Just wasting a little time, and there's an opportunity inside and an offside. So now
Prairieville.
If maybe another chance.
Very far away.
This has to be about it. Suspense at Hurricane Stadium. Prairieville trying to keep their season alive. It's stolen by the Raiders. And a one-on-one opportunity. And it's saved by Tilly. And he
get
has
it
to
away,
hurry. He's
Tilly.
got to clear it. And he's going to get it. It's a short kick right.
Too
and
much
it may,
emotions. You're trying so hard. Just play soccer like how you played this whole half.
Roussel loses it. He's bracketed, trying to keep it. Tripped. No whistle. They play on. And Rummel will attempt a strike. Blocked by Roussel. Urgent. Got to get it downfield. Can they keep it in bounds? They do. Or do they? And so we'll get the throw in.
It's going to be Prairieville's.
Yep.
Free kick right there.
Need to hurry. This has to be it. So it gets it around 35-yard line, taken away by Rummel. Nobody there. Line drive, not much of an opportunity at that moment. And so Rummel trying to keep possession. They do.
And holding, you see that? Just
wasting.
Yep. Bringing it to the corner. Having fun with it and loses it. So now it's a goal kick. It's a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Waiting for that whistle, though.
Substitute for Prairieville.
So Moran's going to come in. One final run. And Prairieville just can't mount any sort of offensive right now. And now you have a collision.
Yeah. Yellow card.
Yep.
As we can see,
running
over people, not really, outworking them anymore. Now they're
in desperation
mode. Put them down on the ground.
They have nothing to lose.
Yep.
But if you've got to be near that whistle at this point.
Yeah.
Rummel looking like they are likely to advance, but you never know because only one guy knows how much time's left.
I'm very unsure with this because I didn't hear him. Okay, yeah, so he did stop the watch. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't mean that he's going to add because it's under, maybe a minute. So he doesn't have to add when it's under a minute.
Mm-hmm. So just keeping the ball away.
Yes. That's definitely going to be a Prairieville one because of the fact that Rummel player was playing on top of the ball, and you can't. That's a safety thing.
Yep.
And that's going to be number 8, Vargas, for Rummel on the ground. Scored 2 last week in their first round playoff win against Caddo Magnet, and now tonight, he's hurt. You don't want to see that for Rummel because he's kind of your go-to guy to score in playoff games.
So they're still tending to him. Prairieville just waiting. This is not affecting time on the clock.
Hopefully.
So you would think. Like I said, only one person knows how much time remains.
He's on the ground playing, so I'm kind of more looking at his ankle, knee, maybe, kind of trapped. I don't think it's his stomach anymore, because I thought he fell on the ball, but now actually looking at it, it looked like his knees and feet were still kind of played out. And the upcoming for the Rev Game of the Week, you're going to catch us Friday. This Friday at East Ascension, Prairieville girls traveling to EA. And then next Tuesday, Amant Boys hosting East Ascension. And then the following, 2 more Tuesdays, East Ascension boys traveling to Dutchtown boys basketball.
So join us Friday night. That's at 6:45. As you see, the state tournament finals. That's going to be Friday the 21st, boys and girls. And Division 1 will be the next night on Saturday. And so that's the finals, as Prairieville wants to reach the finals on the men's side, but they are running out of time as they trail 3-2 right here. And they're bringing a cart over on the from the other side of the field, and so they're taking care of that. And again, remind you about that game Friday night. at East Ascension Prairieville versus EA, the girls. As you see, trainer Renee Ponce right there driving the cart. And they're going to tend to Vargas and take him off with that. But that game Friday night, I'll be out there. Jonathan Moore will be back. He hadn't been around since football season, but he'll be back for us for that. We'll take a break as they cart him off. 3-2 is our score. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
So welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. They're still tending to Robert Vargas on the sideline on the Rummel side as we are in the final moments of this match. It was scoreless at halftime, Rummel versus Prairieville. And then Rummel took a 2-0 lead. They scored 2 goals in about a 3 or 4 minute stretch, and it looked like it was going to be lights out for Prairieville. But they came back and scored 2 goals. And they tied the game very dramatically on a couple of throw-ins and got it to 2-2 with about 10 minutes left in regulation. But then a few minutes later, Prairieville gave up an own goal down in their box, and that is the decider right now as they trail 3-2 with I'm going to say seconds left to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that maybe the last time Prairieville had possession, they were going to blow the whistle, but they've added some extra time, and we've had a couple of extended injuries. This probably will not count toward any of the time, but you had the Fuentes injury. You had some other stoppages for a couple of reasons. And now, finally, Vargas is getting up, and that's a good sign.
Yeah.
It looks like either a knee or an ankle injury.
I'm pretty sure it's ankle. I can see athletic trainers down there. That is kind of a steel cardboard around the ankle. That's not a great sign. With them not moving, a lot of people are like, just move them off the field, and that's what it's supposed to do. But when you're talking about a student athlete life, things like that, I mean, Vargas is just a junior. He has his whole, next year and things like that, and then it's 3-2.
Yeah.
Vargas had next week, so just a simple little thing like this, his safety and also his teammates, because of how vital Vargas is, they're going to put him on the cart and actually kind of get out of this and go check it out. So prayers
you
for
can
Vargas.
See, like
for
they
him.
got a cast around it. I mean, you can't just take him off. You can't just cart him off if you're fearful of a break or something like that. I'm sure.
Yeah. As a way up here, it just looked rolled or something like that. But when you see a trainer pull out the red bag, what we call it, that's where you have more of your mobility, cardboard, things like that, because you don't want him moving it at all, because if he moves it, it could break it eventually worse. So, great job by Prairieville's athletic training staff.
Yeah, Renee Ponce, Coach Goodall talked about him, and one of the reasons he came here as an opportunity now for Prairieville as we approach the end, trying to get it inside, blocked, and a throw in if there's time. Still no long whistle. That was not the whistle. So here comes the throw in.
Here it comes.
The Barros has been the one handling it. And it's in. And looking for the header. There's a header. Another header. No, wrong way. Now coming back. And another chance. And what a save by McDonald.
Done.
What a save.
That was like cat-like reflexes.
And the goal got dislodged.
Yeah, because that was Roussel trying to get on that back end, and he couldn't stop his momentum. As you can see, just kind of, couldn't stop his momentum.
Yep. So you can see it's probably about 6 inches offline.
Yeah, you definitely want to check, because that is, in soccer, ball can roll, and that if that goes off by any means, that can be a goal. You know, the whole ball has to go through, over the line, so definitely want to make sure.
No whistle. There's a lot more extra time than I anticipated.
Yep, I'm pretty sure he definitely added for the Vargas injury.
So here we go. Maybe an opportunity if they decide not to hold on to the ball. There was an opportunity to maybe get a shot on goal right there, but they're just trying to waste time. That's a more important thing. Because you'd hate to give it up and lose on a counter or tie on a counter. And now here's another opportunity for Rummel, and they may take this one. And they do, and it's wide. So goal kick coming. And those ball girls are racing for that ball.
And there's the game.
And it's over, and Prairieville season ends in a heartbreaking fashion, losing to Rummel on an own goal late in the second half. And so Prairieville's dream season, district championship season, comes to a heartbreaking end. Our final score in a classic here on Rev Sports, Rummel defeats Prairieville by a final score of 3-2. And so you see the Rummel Raiders celebrating their upset victory in terms of seeding, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when the supposedly underdogs, come into someone else's house and kind of upsets them like this, that's such a great way to celebrate that program, you know what I mean? And it's like what I told everyone earlier at the beginning, that seed does not matter. It's who comes here, who brings it, things like that. Both teams brought it tonight. Just the winner kind of just went out to the one that found the back of the goal more.
And if there is a silver lining to this for Prairieville, nobody's career ended tonight because this club has no seniors. And so the way that I'm sure Coach Garcia is going to address this is a learning moment. This is a learning experience, and they will probably in the long run benefit from a moment like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the young players are going to remember this one. The young players are definitely going to use this as the momentum to build upon. We got to the second round. Now, next year, our goal is the third round, then the next. That's something to drive a program, because once you've been to it once, you're hungry. And it's going to be a feed off and things like that. I mean, you have a lot of juniors going to be seniors next year. That leadership is going to come. They felt this pain before. They know what it is, and they know how to get through it and see how to continue to make your season last until the end of February.
And so our final score one more time, the 10 seed Rummel Raiders defeat the 7 seed Prairieville Hurricanes in a heartbreaker, in an all-time classic here in playoff soccer here on Rev Sports. Our final score 3-2, and so Prairieville season ends in the second round. And that's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. Remember, Friday night over at Spartan Gym, Prairieville girls at East Ascension girls. I'll be out there with Jonathan Moore for that action, so join us on Friday. That's going to do it for our broadcast. We want to thank everybody that was part of this. Jolie, of course, thank you very much. Andre, thank you very much. Lyle, back home getting the information, thank you. Then we got Zane, and we got Courtney, and we got Nolan, and we've got Jake, and of course want to also thank want to thank everybody on the Rummel side, Coach Julio, for agreeing to broadcast this tonight. And so if you want to, who else we got here?
Yeah, and from Rummel, the manager, Joshua Cogat.
Yes.
He's the one that kind of just sent us everything for Rummel, both of us being in AP. And speaking about the Rummel program tonight, just a phenomenal job from these young men and their coaching staff. Very respectful group of guys, coming here, playing a higher seed and things like that. And then Coach Adrian Garcia and Prairieville, throughout their whole season, helping us us out here, sending rosters, sending any key,
Yep. Adrian Garcia is
Key to
always a
victories,
friend.
yeah.
Always a friend to Rev Sports.
Even though he's always like, I'm not sending you anything, and then 5 minutes later I get it. So I'm like, nice to know you, brother.
Exactly. So that's going to do it. So I think we thanked everybody. So good job, Jolie. Thank you. And we're going to wrap it up now. Again, our final score, 3-2. Rummel beats Prairieville. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.